Okay, we're back.
We're here.
Hey, sorry about that. That was interesting.
Sometimes we get booted because we're not supposed to play certain music. Whoops.
Yep, it happens. Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Welcome back.
I missed you. It was so long.
All right, we're gonna jump into my band real quick. Q Strange. Freeze will be joining us momentarily. Here is Q Strange's video, or kind of a video with Pop. Hold, please hold.
If you hearing what I'm spitting, then you digging in the darkness. The gothic hard shit, motherfuck the pop charts, bitch. The conscience of the masses can't handle the masters of wicked shit. Cause we the underground bastards of hip-hop, like rip locks, deep sick parts and zip-locks, and kids punching each other when this brutal march pit starts. We taking out the mainstream, each and every artist. I'm on a murder spree to kill them all, yo, regardless. All these simple cats snapping their fingers, leaning back. I'ma snap their fucking necks and two-step over their backs. Hey, look, I really got Akon on a hook, literally. In my basement, kid is hanging on a hook, swinging and dangling on a chain, cut in half. I put T in pain when his brain got splattered. Hit Justin with a timber, dumped his ass in a lake, and I ain't done, it's just begun. The underground is at stake. It might blow up, but it won't go. It might blow up, but it won't go. We might blow up, but we will never go. We can get it till my cold heart dies. It might blow up, but it won't go. It might blow up, but it won't go. We might blow up, but we will never go. We can get it till my cold heart dies. Taking out every bitch that I'm hearing on the
Okay.
Hi. All those hard cuts.
I'm gonna get one of those little filming things and just every time snap, hard cut.
Exactly. No, Mr. Grace, it wasn't too many buttons. It was us playing something we shouldn't have played, and we played. And we got booted.
Oops.
I blame your daughter.
That's fine.
Like we said, if 2020 was a female, it would be an Ashley.
It's true. It's true.
We got Freeze waiting in the back room there. We're going to play a quick snippet of his new video. The Truth is Ugly. So please hold on. I'm going to bring that video up, and then we'll bring Freeze in.
Spent all this time trying to seek answers. Say truth.
Yeah. I've been kicked around, so abrasive, beat me down and then strip me naked, torn apart till I escaped it, open eyes and I'm wide awake, and then still I chase and I test the limit, pushing hard cause I'm out to win and I'm not forgiven, I'm not rewarded, what I wanted never seems important, and still I tried like I went retarded, try to do things that are not supported, trapped and cornered inside the room, but these cameras on, but they never started, these days departed, and I piss and vomit, I search the charts and I still ain't on it, find me now wrapped up in carpets, tossed aside and left in the garbage. Feeling like I'm kicked out of office and nothing's been accomplished. I am honest, I nervous wreck, losing all with no self-respect. I've been sinking down to these murky depths. I try to swim back, but I'm out of breath. And my lifestyle now is no common thread. I've been on the edge of slipping off to death. Been trying to.
All right, we're going to bring Freeze in and chat with him. What's up, Freeze?
What's up, how you doing? I'm just gonna switch to my laptop real quick, but I'm gonna stay on with you while I
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
And if you got your audio turned on, turn your audio up so we get the feedback.
Yeah. All right, there we go. So hold on.
Technology.
I
Such
know.
a pain.
At least it looks like I have a floating head this time. I'm just pale.
Hey, what's up?
All right. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, how are ya?
You good? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good,
Good. How are you, man? It's
All right.
been a while.
I think we got a little bit of delay. It has definitely been a little bit. I think the last time I saw you was, I think I saw you at a show not that long ago.
Yeah, you
I
probably
feel
saw
like,
me.
But
Yeah, it's the last time I was down that way was last year with the Clowns playing. Oh, the Webster.
oh yeah, when I opened for I opened for them that night. That was cool.
Yeah. And then the last time I think you and I worked together was shit, 2004, 5, down to Toad's place.
Yeah, that was a while ago, man. Yeah, that was like what, 2000.
2000 what?
2005. You're breaking up, Freeze.
Frozen.
You are frozen in time, my friend. We're gonna bump Freeze out a little bit till he gets his stuff squared out.
That's all right though.
That's happening. It's technology. It's live. You know what happens.
It happens. It's okay.
Um,
Go with it. There's an airplane.
So while we wait for Freeze to unfreeze, I will.
He's froze. That's funny.
Let's see if he's back.
Technology, man.
Man, Freeze wanted to freeze.
What the fuck, man?
Hey, what can
Maybe
you do,
I should
man?
go back to my phone. I don't know. It seems like it's working now, but I don't know.
Yeah, you seem all right now. So what's going on, man? How are you?
That was crazy. I'm very well. I just released my new album today, my new EP called The Truth Is Ugly. So that's cool, I guess. Like I just released it like at 8 o'clock. It's like what, 8:20 now? I just released it 20 minutes ago. Like I kind of was like waiting for it.
That's awesome.
I was gonna release it this morning, and then I'm like, that's the beautiful thing about technology now is like, you know, back in the day when you released the album, it had to be like ready at like midnight, like the day you wanted it to come out. And now it's just like, I'm just gonna release it like 8:05 if I feel like it. And that's like the beautiful thing about this, about like the way the world works now. It's like whenever you feel like it, it's cool.
Now, did you do physical copies of it?
Yeah, we always do physicals. I always, yeah, we do a lot. Surprisingly, we still sell a lot of CDs. Like people at shows still are really interested in CDs, and I still sell a pretty good amount to like my hardcore fan base off the rip. For the most part, a lot of people do Spotify, you know, Pandora, all that stuff, and like that's expected, obviously. But like we do get a lot of support still with the physical CDs, so that's cool. I appreciate those people.
Oh, absolutely. We just played a clip of your video of your new video, Truth Is Ugly.
My vampire themed video. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the making of that and the story behind that video.
It was the whole meaning behind it was kind of like a metaphor for the way I feel about my career. Obviously, I mean, you know, people like you that know my history, I go back like a ways. You know, I'm still a young man, but you know, I've been doing this a really long time, and you know, I have a lot of content I've put out over the years. I think I have like 9 albums or something, and I've done like 3. So I've done like 4 side project albums. You know what I mean? Like from like bands and like other groups that I've been in. So like, you know, this song was kind of expressing my frustration. So the metaphor behind it was kind of like I'm like a vampire stuck in the dark, and like finally when I'm exposed, like I'm shunned by the people that like around me. So then it's just like, what is it? You know, what ends up happening to me? I end up being exposed to the light, and then I die. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a metaphor for just everything going on inside like the Freeze universe, like in my head. You know what I mean? It's weird, but yeah. So that was that.
Yeah,
but yeah, we made it with I shot it with a guy I've known for a long time. He's like an indie filmmaker. His name is Joe McGee. And then I had Inf Gang edited, which is Gmo Ski's people.
Okay.
So I see that somebody's playing the song with Gmo Ski right now, so that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, we got it going in the background.
Yeah, I don't know if you hear that. That's a song featuring him right now. But yeah, so we filmed it in like, you know, this is a location that I have in like the woods, and then I had access to a coffin, so you know we implemented that and just kind of brought it all together, man. So it's like, you know, townspeople chasing me, they catch me, you know, they tie me to a tree, and I'm burnt by the sun when the sun comes up. Pretty much, you know.
No, I thought it was a dope video. I love the track for it. The production quality on it was top notch. It was great.
I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
With the EP, was that something that was planned before the whole world went to shit and COVID shut the world down, or was that something you kind of planned beforehand?
I had the idea that I wanted to do I don't usually name my albums first, but I had this idea of like The Truth Is Ugly, and I kind of related it because a lot of people have been telling me to do like a Red Snow 3 because I have, obviously my first album was Red Snow, and that's what introduced me to the world and kind of made me some kind of like horrorcore legend to some, but like I've always tried to kind of like, extend my potential as far as I could go. So I never really stuck inside the horrorcore realm. So like The Truth Is Ugly was kind of like a 360. It was kind of like a 360 coming back around to the roots and like getting back to like what's really going on inside my head. Because a lot of my other albums are concept albums. They're not personal. A lot of them. I obviously express my ideas and my views, but I don't really talk about my actual, things that have gone on with me a lot because I use a lot of like concepts, obviously. But on this album, I talk a lot about a lot of personal things, like dive into that kind of content.
Yeah, I'm excited to listen to the EP and everything, and
it's still a hard hitting album. It's just it's a personal record. It was definitely a personal record.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we go further, I want to introduce that's Ashley. She does photography.
How you doing?
Entertainment. She has her own A-Grace Photography. Up in the corner, nice. Probably above you, is Christina. She does promotions for us.
Already.
Just a quick introduction. This is Mr. Freeze, out of the lovely state of Connecticut.
Yep.
So
yeah,
lovely.
you're definitely awesome, dude, for sure.
Thank you very much. We're actually I'm actually planning on, because I keep moving a lot. We're actually doing a record. I don't know if you're familiar with Beyond Top Secret, my other group.
Yep.
We've done releases. I just put one out with my homie Dean Az, who's a good rapper from New Haven, Connecticut, and who's on my label Mercy Counts Records, and then obviously my DJ and my producer Dr. Damage. But now we're gonna do another EP, and it's gonna have Explicit, my former member, back in the group. It's gonna be like all four of us. We're just gonna kind of like four-headed like demon and shit.
Actually, we have a question from one of our watchers.
Okay.
Tyson wants to know who your influences are.
I'm influenced by, it depends on when you ask me that. I mean, right now,
it's a
fair
I'm
answer.
always influenced by different things, man. Like it's if you asked me when I was 15, what I was influenced by, it would be a completely different answer than right now. So I'm influenced by things that I see and things that I hear and just and I form ideas just like anybody else, and I just put it into this art form, which is, writing music and hip hop for me. So I'm influenced by just life, I guess. But people that listen to, I'm sorry, I was like, is that coming from me? I was like, I did that.
My shit just.
But yeah,
that was weird.
That
was weird.
As far as music and stuff, I hear songs that have nothing to do with rap, and I get ideas, and like not like any way of like fighting them, but like I listen to what everybody does, and I see what concepts they use and ideas, and as artists, we hear something and we can get intrigued, but like I get influenced by all different types of music, so I can't even like name just one artist or person that I'm strictly influenced by, but I do. I've always appreciated David Bowie very much for like his, the way he would evolve and adapt with each record. He always took on a different persona.
Yep.
He always changed his image over the years. And like, say what you want about him, that may not be, anybody's cup of tea these days. But from somebody who's like been a student of music since Robert Johnson played the blues. I like all kinds of music from, going back, almost 100 years. So for me, Bowie's like one of the most like diverse and influential artists, period. So I would say him if I had to name anybody.
Hell yeah. Now you've played, someone's got audio going somewhere. I got feedback.
I know. It's all right.
You've played hundreds of shows, and you just did NetFest with Twisted, MNE, and all them. How was that experience for you?
Yeah.
It was really cool. They reached out to us. shout out to Chuck Reeves, and Magic Ninja Entertainment and everybody that helped put that on, and Twisted, obviously, and all the artists involved. But yeah, it was really cool. We actually filmed a lot more for it that didn't get shown. There was like a whole segment where we did like a seance in my house and shit. And you know, it was a really like well done seance. Like I know what I'm doing. Like, you know, if you watch the footage, like it's not like anything, like I'm not fucking around or like doing anything crazy or trying to provoke anything or be an asshole in any form. Like I was, you know, it was a respectful conducted seance just to see what was going on in my house. And we heard a couple of weird things, but we didn't see anything. But we did hear some things. And but they just showed the performance we did, which really the performance was not really the highlight of the video. I would prefer them show the seance than the performance, because I thought that was more interesting. But like, you know, people did appreciate our performance, and it was dope. It was cool. I wish I had done it actually in some kind of venue with some microphones and my actual setup and my DJ. But we kind of thought it would we thought it would be cool to just kind of acapella and just kind of just do it. But then I saw like a lot of people were doing that on the thing. So it was like, you know, hopefully we didn't get lost in the mix, but we did get a lot of love from that. So it was cool. So shout out to everybody that watched that. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that was definitely something, you know, for the time that's going on right now, definitely was needed. I think to bring the music world back together, because we've been all so distant. You know, with us being concert photographers, you being an artist, we can't get to see you. You can't get to see the fans perform.
Facts.
Right.
So it was definitely something to bring everyone together.
It was cool. I was, you know, we had actually talked like the first week COVID hit. We put out a video called "Feed the Machine" that week, and we changed our whole video idea because COVID had like just hit. So with my group Beyond Top Secret, so but we were thinking of like doing some kind of concert for the fans, but then a lot of people were like, oh, that's cliche, everybody's doing that now and it sounds like shit and I don't want to watch it. And I'm just like, all right, we're not even gonna bother. But then when Twisted reached out, obviously, you know, that's the format we want to be involved with, you know. So that's all, you know, so
well, I've been kind of running with random questions. I'm gonna let the ladies take a question and a question or two off the book.
No, okay. I know you guys are catching up.
I know it's been quite a while, so I've been, you know, in the Connecticut scene for a while. And
so, like, what's like your favorite thing about being on stage and getting to perform to your fans? Like, just must be insane for you. So, what's that like?
It's, you know, you as an artist, everybody portrays like every show is perfect and people just love you every show. And I don't get hate. But there's obviously shows that go better than others where people instantly react with what you're saying and what you're putting out there. And those are my favorite moments when I have a whole crowd just I don't want to say eating out of my hand like I'm like, you know, some kind of like magician trying to fuck with you or something like that, or trying to like, you know, be a trickster or nothing. I'm saying I just appreciate when people understand my entertainment and my art. And they really connect with it. And I could see it like face to face, like that they appreciate it as much as I appreciated writing it. So yeah, just watching the crowd react to you. Like we've had, when I toured Canada, a couple years ago with Apathy and Self-Titled from the Demigods and AOTP, Army of the Pharaohs. And the Canadian fans, I'm not dissing any other fans in the world, but for some reason on that tour, every night, it's like they needed it. It was like you know what I mean? We would go up there and we would, for all of us, for everybody that was on the tour, it's like they needed it and they loved it and they appreciated it. And they would like, you know, I sold so much merch in Canada. Like there's gotta be at least like 1,000 Canadians walking around right now wearing something of mine or has one of my CDs or something. And like that, and they gave, you know, I appreciate Apathy and Self-Titled for taking me there, but like, man, because you can't predict that a tour is going to go well. I've been on tours where like people were just like, but like that was watching them just love everything we did for like 23 shows in a row was really, you know, that's what inspired. That's why you do this. That's why as an entertainer you do this. I'm not saying I haven't had great shows in the U.S. I've had amazing shows in the U.S. But the consistency, just every show, them appreciating it. That's like, you know, you can't ask for anything else.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That's where it's at.
So while you're on tour, what is your favorite snack that you enjoy?
Snacks. And see, that's another question. It depends on what country you're in.
All right.
That's valid.
So, like, if I'm in the U.S., if I want a snack, I'm on the road. Damn. If I'm on the West Coast, I want some Carl's Jr. or I want like a burrito or something. So I find like these spots, like they got this stuff called like Filiberto's and Roberto's out on the West Coast, and they're just like these chain burrito spots. So like every time I'm out west, I just got to. I have to have burritos. I just have to. But if I'm on the East Coast, it's a little different. So it's like, you know, I gotta take what I can get. So like I look for like mom and pop like grinder shops. If I'm on the East Coast, like people that have like grinders or like stubs, stuff like that. That's like, or I look for like Thai food. No pun intended with my first name. It's Thai, but I enjoy Thai food. So like, so when I'm in the Midwest is real big on Thai food. Like the East Coast is starting to pop up with a lot of Thai food now, but the Midwest, that's where I first discovered it. So if I'm in like Michigan, Ohio, I'm getting
That's what you have to have.
But if I'm in Canada, Canada has weird food, but like it's good.
They do. They got some weird food up in Canada. I'm not gonna lie.
They do poutine up there, which is they ask you anywhere you go. They ask you because for some reason Canadians love French fries. So you could be out even like at the most like expensive restaurant and they got fries and they'll be like, "Do you want poutine?" And poutine is like this gravy and meat. It's like gravy, meat, and cheese that they like put on. It's kind of like disco fries. But you know, but they want to put it on they just like have to do it. Like they want to like force it on you. And, like they think like every American just wants poutine. And I'm just like, yeah, bro, I want something else. But like it is good for a late night snack. It is good. And also they have A&Ws out there, which is like the A&W root beer.
Yep.
And the whole menu is just like chicken sandwiches, but it's good. It's good. I don't know. It's fire.
All right.
So that's Canada. A good snack. If you're in Canada.
Exactly.
Like the way we have McDonald's, like we suck out here. We're so not health conscious.
God,
like the way we have McDonald's and like Sbarro's and like
Dunkin' Donuts on every corner.
Yeah, like when you're going down like a major highway and you see these is where off the exit. When you're in Canada, it's like they have like this diner that's like I forgot the name of it, but like they give you like fresh fruit on the side, you know, of every meal, of every like breakfast meal, and like they like try to be like health conscious and like you can get pancakes, but then it comes with like fresh melon instead of like some, and you know what I mean? It's like it's cool like that, you know? Yeah, and like you know. Cool that they have these A&Ws. There's like no beef on the menu. That's because they're trying to be health conscious. Like, here's a chicken sandwich. Eat that instead. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. So like that's what they have like off their highways. Right. It's just...
What you got, cool. Christina?
Did you ever start the writing process just picking up a notebook and like maybe doing poetry, or did you automatically just be like, "Whew, I just made a verse"? Where did you start, basically?
That's a really good question. I was in the 7th grade, and this guy came to our school who was like what we would call like a hipster now. He was like dressed with like he was like a white dude with like dreadlocks, and he had like a Rasta hat, and he was like just straight hippie. Like it was weird. He was cool. He was like an art dude, and he taught us about poetry. And he asked everybody in the class to just write down whatever came to their mind. And like just anything that popped in your head didn't have to be good. It could have sucked, you know what I mean? And like, I just started writing things, and it was just natural poetry. And he like read it, and he was kind of amazed. He was like, "Have you ever written anything before?" I was like, "No, I was like, I've always wanted to, but I just never did." And he like read it in front of the whole class. And he was like, "This is like an example of just natural poetry." And like he like giving me props, and it was like really cool. And he was like, "You need to like get into like this poetry class, and you need to like." You could probably like, you know, win like contests across the state and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. but that's where it started. You know, I wish I did though. Like looking back at it, but I think I knew then that I wanted to be a writer and entertainer, but I wanted to do it with music. So when I did start writing lyrics, they were more like poetry, and they were more fluent to like what a rock song would be. but I wanted to rap because I knew that's what I really liked and what I really like. I was young, you know what I mean? I was really influenced by hip hop greatly, and not many white people. I mean, I'm Italian, so like some people say I'm Mediterranean because I'm Sicilian and I'm Northern Italian. So like some people might say I'm not white, but like to the rest of the world, I'm white. So I mean, it wasn't easy coming up, you know, being 14 and be like looking at your mom and being like, I'm a rap now. You know what I mean? So it wasn't the easiest thing, but I really had to try really hard in the beginning to craft really good songs. But I didn't go to a studio and I didn't try to record it until I knew I was absolutely ready. And I was about 15 years old when I started doing that. And I was really crafting songs. So yeah, that's a good question. But it absolutely started with poetry, for sure, 100%.
That's awesome. You definitely should have done the whole statewide contest though.
Yeah, I was just a dumb, rebellious kid. I'm an Aquarius, so I just did the stupid thing. I just did everything. And if you suggested something, I did the opposite. That's just the way my mind works back then.
I mean, it was just like a little paperback book, but I did it, and it's in a book now. But you made it further than I did.
I mean, but you never, you know, for me, it was a tool that got me where I wanted to be. But poetry is like that. It's a gateway for a lot of things. It branches from there. Some people start painting. Some people start making clay things, objects. You know what I mean? Like everybody finds some kind. I mean, but a lot of it branches from poetry, just expressing yourself. As humans, it's not that we want to be known and we want to be famous. I mean, some of us do, but we really just want to express ourselves with things that we like, and we as humans like to be creative. No matter who you are in some form, you like to be creative in some way. Whether it's writing something, making something, whatever your passion is. And like, you know, and I think poetry is very healthy for that kind of thinking and like trying to just express yourself in any form of art. Because art doesn't have to be, the greatest artists in the world were shit. You know what I mean? They all died poor and penniless, like all of them. Like Van Gogh, freaking like dude that wrote freaking Moby Dick, like all these dudes were broke. Bram Stoker wrote Dracula, and he didn't get the money. He died before he was successful. His wife got all the money. She reaped all the benefits, but good for her. But like, he didn't see any of the fame. He wasn't famous when he put that book out. You know what I mean? But so most artists just, they're not appreciated till way after. But that's real art, and like art is art. You don't have to be, like what's his name, Andy Warhol. Just, you know, you don't have to be famous. You don't have to be that kind of status to call yourself an artist. Like you could be at home by yourself expressing it to no one except yourself and the universe, and you're an artist. You're still an artist.
I agree fully.
Everybody's famous, or everybody's way of looking at I've made it is different. You know, someone famous could be on tour with a huge tour bus. Someone could say I made it because I have a house,
absolutely.
I have a family. So everyone interprets it differently. So the way you put it, yeah, absolutely. You know, everyone's creativity is different. It doesn't have to be labeled to one thing. Yeah,
my perception of what, you know, what I've wanted, what success for me making this music has changed drastically over the years. Like if you asked me at 15, it would have been, oh man, I want to like buy my mom a house and me a house and my cousin a house and this girl a house, and I'm gonna have this car, and I'm gonna do, and like all just material shit.
Right.
And like, I'm glad I almost was signed a deal with Epic Records when I was 15 years old. I got discovered off of the first 2 songs I ever made solo. I got discovered by an A&R from Epic Records through a cousin of mine. And it was the real deal. And they wanted to sign a development deal with me. And I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And again, being a dumb Aquarius, I didn't sign the deal because they would have owned me for 7 years, and they could have not put out any music by me, and they could have done nothing for me, but I would have had to just take that chance, and I didn't want to take the chance. And I ended up signing a deal with them. I just went with my heart, but my perception has changed so much of what I think being successful is. And right now, I think I'm successful. I have fans that I can say, dedicated, real fans that come to my shows, or they buy my stuff. And buying doesn't mean shit, but they religiously listen to my stuff, and they appreciate what I'm doing, and we connect on some form of level where we all understand each other. And to me, that's successful. That's what success is. And I don't need to be a Tech Nine or an Eminem or some kind of millionaire to prove that. I just don't. I'm just over feeling like that's what I need to have to feel like a man, because that's not what I need. Like I'm completely cool with who I am in this moment.
And that's
So,
awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
perceptions change for sure.
So speaking of changes, you know, when you and I first met, it was Mr. Freeze with Red Snow 1, Red Snow 2. Now it's Freeze Martian. How did the Martian part come about?
I think I'd always kind of had a problem with the Mr., even though that's what the name that was kind of given to me. Like that wasn't like a name I picked. It was a nickname that stuck when I started rapping. But then just the more successful my album started to become, I started to get really worried about having that name, because DC does have a trademark for the name Mr. Freeze. So it's like,
Yep.
You know, I just never really wanted to cross that I never wanted to have that battle or have that problem.
Right.
So I think, and then I started going by Freeze when I released my third album, Just Freeze. And I started thinking to myself, like, this isn't going to work either, because, you know, I mean, it's just too plain. It's just too just Freeze. Granted, that's what everybody calls me, Freeze, for short. But, you know, but then it was hard because a lot of my fans knew me as Mr. Freeze. And to this day, actually, there's kids that don't know what happened to Mr. Freeze because they never figured out that I became Freeze Martian. And it was like the same guy. They just never put two and two together. And I feel bad for them, but I don't know how to make that any more obvious to them at this age. So, and Freeze Martian came about one day when I made this album called Freezes. And it wasn't to be blasphemous or anything, but I've always had a fascination with aliens and extraterrestrial life and space. And I just started thinking about who I was as a man. And I've always felt like a misunderstood person. But then I started thinking about how there's a lot of people just like me who are just as misunderstood and feel just like I do, and not trying to like prey on anybody or try to like force an audience. But I just started feeling like I'm more alien than human. Like that's just kind of how I feel sometimes in this life. I'm sure you guys have had moments where you just feel like you just don't belong, you know what I mean, in some sense, because of however like you may look, or like a tattoo or a piercing, or like the way you think. And like the world is weird. The world tells you to be yourself and to be who you are, but then in the same sense, the world spits you back out and judges you for it. So it's a weird time and place that we live in, and I'll never understand it. And I think that's why I think we come from up here. I think we all do, because we don't belong here. This isn't where we all belong.
Yeah,
I
you
just
know,
alien shirt.
That's fire. That's fire. I like that a lot. But that's why it came about. So I had started adapting this whole alien, like, you know, not persona, but like I developed the logo of the alien with devil horns to represent this whole thing that I'm doing, and to associate people with me, Freeze Martian. You use the logo to promote me on the show here tonight.
Yep.
And then we also have, but then it's become almost like it represents all of us. So like even my group Beyond Top Secret, we have our own alien with devil horns that has like because we're Beyond Top Secret, he's got like a stitched eye. You know what I mean? Instead, it's like real simple, but like people love this shit, and like we sell them even to people that don't even give a fuck about our music. So it's like it's cool. So it was a win with that when I came up with that, and like that's probably my proudest moment in contributions to the world is like when I came up with that logo, because to me, like the way people respond to it is really cool, and I think it almost expresses more of what I want to say just as itself than my music does.
Oh yeah.
So it's cool. And I trademarked it and all this stuff because I had all these people trying to steal it from me. I had people trying to buy it from me.
I was going to ask you about that. I saw you post about that on Facebook about someone who wanted to buy the alien off you, and you were going back and forth about it.
I was like, if I sell it to this guy for like less than $10,000, which is what he was offering. I'm not gonna say the exact number, but if I sell it to him, then I have to come up with something else again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because no, for some reason nobody ever came up with an alien with devil horns. They just never did. Nobody ever came up with that. So I own that shit. Like, it's mine. And like, it makes people, I think, upset that something so simple, a green-faced alien with just eyes and devil horns, it makes people upset that they're like, why the fuck didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
So like, it's always, and it's not people in music, it's people in fashion. It's all these people in fashion and people that own their own like apparel stores online, and like people that like think that they can make it into something that'll be like the next Obey or like something like that. They think that they basically want to cut me out, just buy me out outright, take my alien logo, and then they're gonna put massive marketing behind it and make it something that like the way kids like anime and fucking, you know what I mean? So like, they just want that image everywhere. Like this is the way this dude explained it to me. I'm like, well, thank you for your idea. Now I'm gonna do that. I appreciate you.
And I'm gonna keep my logo.
I didn't know it was worth. Yeah, I mean, it didn't click in my head, dude. You create it, and you just don't always know what's gonna happen.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? But when it hits, and like people respond to it, and like then you get like people actually offering money for your art, it's like weird. It's really weird. It's different than selling a CD or or like just like a bandana or something. It's weird, man. It's have somebody actually want something you just created. It's a logo. It's weird.
So what's next for Freeze once COVID slows down?
Tour plans or?
We actually ended a tour right before they shut down everything in March. We ended like March 10th. We started like
good time.
February 20th. We started February 22nd and we ended like March 10th or something like that. And so we just were fortunate that we got out right before that happened. But I've taken no show offers as of right now until I know for a fact that people are going to actually want to go to concerts, like, because there's so many restrictions right now. Like, it's not good. Summer's not happening. I think it's cool people are getting out there and trying to do shows this summer, but I just don't even want to do that to my audience. I'll just wait until everything is cool and we don't have to wear masks and I don't have to, there's not so many restrictions and they don't have to be placed on like X's on the floor, like separated from each other. Like, I'll just wait.
I got
cool. Oh yeah, we understand that.
100%.
So that's why we're making this next Beyond Top Secret EP, and we're just gonna keep just racking out music. It's not even about selling, like, it's just about getting it out there for people that do stream. You know what I mean? Just so they have more content to go through for a catalog, just more things they could have from us. Right. So like in this case, more is good instead of less is more. More is good.
Well, that's kind of what we've been doing. We've been talking with PR reps and doing interviews like with folks like yourself, or we've been doing reviews on albums, new songs coming out, just to keep our content fresh. Because
stay busy.
With us being
photographers, I would love for you guys to review my new EP.
What's that? I
would love for you guys to review my new EP.
Oh hell yeah! We got that all day for you. No worries.
But yeah, man, that's what's up. I'm glad that you guys are, have a format that's actually doing well, and I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, of course.
And we appreciate you, and I hope to, work with you and be on Top Secret, once everything breaks, or,
yeah.
I'm no stranger to Connecticut. I'll come up there, that.
Oh, we'll be back. We'll be back, man. We always tour New England extensively. Like, that was the whole tour we just did. It was all East Coast. It was all New York and New England dates. So we definitely will be back in New England. We'll probably be in your neck of the woods. You know what I mean? You never know. We're always in like Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire,
we're
Maine. We're definitely probably going to California again. I mean, we've played California about five times, but we're going to be going back and doing some dates out there for sure for winter next year. It's looking like.
Hell yeah. So we got one question that we ask our artists at the end of the show.
Sure.
It usually is a brain buster. Christina, do you want to ask it?
No.
All right.
Because it pisses me off.
All right, Freeze. If you could have dinner with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask him the hot dog one.
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that's my
Poet, so I understand that.
yeah, like why, I'm not expecting anybody to really understand why. For me, Jim Morrison is like my all-time favorite frontman. He's my like spirit animal. I share similar qualities that he did. Just I mean, I'm not a drug addict or anything, but I'm saying I party, I party with the best of them. You know what I mean? Like obviously anybody that comes to my shows, like I'll have a beer with you and some shots. You know what I mean? I'm that guy. And I just, I don't live the rock star lifestyle, but like I definitely, I definitely understand maybe why he was the way he was. And I'm not saying I'll ever be like that dude, you know what I mean? Like doing heroin and like all kinds of other substances, but like I understand his wild man nature and the way he was on stage, and just like that's kind of why I am the way I am on stage. Because I mean, anybody that's seen me perform, obviously I'm a very energetic person and I give you everything I have. And that was Jim. So I'm not saying that I copied him, but when I look at him as an artist for on-stage performances and just the way he portrayed himself as just like you don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do next. That's like I try to live by that credo. Like I don't want anybody to ever figure out what the hell I'm gonna do tomorrow, because I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. I could be reading. I could read a book, or I could end up like jumping off a fucking patio of a bar, breaking my heel, like I did last
Let's not do that
week.
again. Let's not break that foot again.
So you just never know what could happen. So I just live in the moment. But that's why I love that dude. So I would have dinner with him, and I would hope we would go eat some Chinese food, because I heard that he liked Chinese a lot. He enjoyed it.
Yeah. That's dope.
So the question that Christina was afraid to ask you, because they asked me a bunch of questions. So what we do with Hell Entertainment, we pick a demon of the month, and we showcase them and their work. And
I stumped them all with the question.
I was voluntold that I was going to be the demon of the month because I'm supposedly the boss guy.
Okay.
So one of the questions was, is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was one of the questions, and Christina didn't want to ask it.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. A sandwich. All right. So a sandwich.
See, you're stumped.
All right.
No, but you gotta have like.
All right.
That's
I'll
why
tell
I
you
thought
why.
it was
All right. The only reason I think it.
Like a real sandwich. That's how you make you gotta layer it. You gotta make it thick. A hot dog, just a hot
Yeah.
dog.
All right. So in theory, though,
Bun.
I don't know if you guys know this, but a sandwich was invented by this dude in like England. I forgot his name. And his wife used to play poker, and he would gamble, and he would always get started around dinner time. And his wife would get pissed. She'd want him to come to dinner. So one day he got so like mad and aggravated that she bothered him while he was trying to fucking win money and be just a degenerate. And fucking, because he would be like drinking and doing all this debaucherous shit. He just ran home and he took 2 pieces of bread and he shoved like his beef in between it, and he took it and then just fucking ate it real quick. And that's how the sandwich was invented. So in theory, if you have bread with meat in between, it is a sandwich. So
Hot dog's processed meat.
It's not real.
What's
meat.
that?
Hot dog's processed meat.
Bologna.
It is. It doesn't matter what kind of meat it is. It's still something. You still have a substance in between. It doesn't even matter if it is meat. You still have a substance in between bread. So yeah, it's a sandwich.
All right. There it is. Mr. Freeze on a hot dog and a sandwich.
That's just my theory on it, bro. It's how I take it. I mean,
All right, everyone,
you throw it at me, I'm gonna throw it back.
Everyone out there watching, listening, Freeze is also generously donating a hoodie and a CD for our raffle tonight.
Thank you.
Yes.
That'll be out here soon to us, and we'll get that out. So You got about a minute and a half left to share the show out to get entered into the raffle. Freeze, you got any plugs you want to do before we let you go?
You can get all my merch at freezethemartian.bandcamp.com. You can follow me at Freeze Martian on Facebook, at Freeze the Martian on Instagram. I also have a new paranormal page that I've started where I'm documenting all my paranormal cases, because I am a ghost hunter and avid paranormal occultist consumer. I don't
I
fret.
might have to
But,
join you for one.
but we always appreciate anybody wanting to come join and find evidence with us. We're just about evidence. I'm trying to put it out there that I'm telling people that I will investigate your home, and it is no charge, and it's done in respect, and it's done in a very thorough manner. And I will also cleanse your homes if you're experiencing some kind of problem or something, a little, on the evil side that you feel has become a problem to your life. I will absolutely help you and guide you and give you the proper steps on how to, cleanse these things. And it's called, I've actually done this with my wife. It's Ty and Danielle Paranormal Investigators on Facebook. We just started, but we're actually doing an investigation this Wednesday in a location. It's actually a haunted bar in Waterbury, Connecticut, that we're going to be investigating live on Facebook. So if anybody wants to go follow us on there and see a live, ghost paranormal investigation, we'll be doing that this Wednesday.
Excellent. Well, this will be put up on hellentertainment.com along with all your links.
Yes. Also Beyond Top Secret.
Yep, I'll put Beyond Top Secret.
Instagram.
I'll put them all up there
on
for you.
Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, just Beyond Top Secret. You'll find us.
Absolutely. Freeze. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You have children?
I do. I have 2.
Happy Father's Day to you too, sir.
Thank you, brother. I will chat with you soon. Thank you for
ladies. Thank you very much. Hit me up about the
you.
paranormal investigation. We'll definitely have you come along.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Freeze. Thanks so much, brother.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
You too.
That was
Freeze.
Martian.
Hell of a guy. Hell of an artist.
Hell yeah. So make sure you check him out at hellentertainment.com.
And then, quick plug for next week. We have Jen and Dean from Novarium.
Woo!
Pretty kick-ass metal band. They'll be here with us. Well, in their respective places, but with us on the interwebs. So yeah, check them out. We're gonna leave you with some dope raps, and we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Later, y'all.
War rack in this motherfucker. You know how we get down, baby. Yo. War rack better than your favorite MC. Blueface watches us, it gets filled with envy. We always got the public of America in a frenzy. With our phones in our hands, we always fucking ready. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and even Eminem can't match us. We spit hard bars, they nothing but mad tough. Get nothing but mad love. War rack the fucking best, the rest just mad tough. Fuck Drake, fuck T-Pain, fuck the whole mainstream. If you ain't War Rack, then we not on the same team. I don't care who told you, we soldiers, quick to fold you, hard like boulders, nobody colder, fucking posers. If we clowns, then we the Joker, we'll choke you while we roast you. See, we fucking gangsters, war plans, bitch, we'll flank you, bake you, spit in your face after we thank you. Knock out your lights and don't wanna think twice, you're risking your life. Make your heart stop when I'm in the drop top. Hopscotch when I got drops. I never ran from shit but cops. I got heavy hitters in the cut to take out your weak knees. Hey yo, Chiefies. You done fucked up.
I grabbed some play pagans and segregate them, no separate section to the serpents beheaded. Fuck a Porsche, I'm in a phone doing phones and got